Hello, everybody. I'm X.
I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
This is Bricktown Media over on the side.
Scotty McRib.
So this is a song that they've never heard before. We are very and I had to get special permission to do this one on the spot. They have never, they don't even know what's going to happen here. This song is called You Suffer, and it is by Napalm Death. Here we go. What'd you think?
What? That's it?
What did he say?
Want to hear it again?
In what
All
language?
that was
There's
that.
2 syllables.
See the time link?
It's a 3-second song.
It's not. It's 1 second.
So a little background on this one. This song holds the Guinness World Record as the shortest song ever recorded. It's it still holds that record. No one has beaten it yet, and So yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. So what do you think?
It sounded like a great beginning to an actual song. Like, I don't know.
He said it was short. I thought it was going to be like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 2 seconds. What record is that on?
It's on the album Scum. It was the first album that Napalm Death put out. I think you were back to do another song on that album.
We did. Yeah, so it was a very deep song.
Yeah.
A lot of existential realities that were talked about there. Definitely hit me in the heart for sure.
Yeah, what do you think of those lyrics? You suffer, but why?
Very deep.
Yeah.
Very deep. Very deep.
And it is. I just don't know how they fit that many when it sounded like only 2 syllables. But I think it's a good question because we all suffer.
Well, that is
But
true.
the question is, but why?
It's very, very
Some
true.
of us have meaning in our suffering, and some people, depending on what you believe or whatever, makes it so that way you have meaning in the suffering, or it's just meaningless suffering. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, just 1 second is kind of like, that's sometimes the worst suffering of all, right? Just those moments.
Well, the other side of that, of course, is that you can take a metaphor that suffering doesn't last as long as we presume it to last. Like, you think, especially when you're a kid, you think that like it's the end of the world, blah 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 blah. But as you mature, you realize it's just a stub toe, man. Like,
Yeah.
but when you're a kid, you think it's the end of the world. So it actually does have some pretty significant meaning because the suffering really isn't as long as you.
Yeah.
What did Paul say? This light and momentary affliction is working for us an eternal weight of glory.
Right.
So if you compare eternity or forever to anything that we go through now, it's about 1 second.
Yeah.
So it's actually
Yeah.
pretty deep.
Yeah, it's like they may have not taken the song as seriously, but they're saying some serious shit, aren't they?
Yeah, and the length of the song is very interesting the more you think about it.
Yeah. What would you give the song?
I'm really thinking about it. It's an 8.5. I give it an 8.5 just because of the. If you really stop and think about it, there are some philosophical meanderings that you can go with that.
It's an 8.5 for Vin. And what about you?
It's actually a 9 for me because I actually liked the way it sounded. I was ready to get into a really good song.
All right. I think I give it about a 6, in all honesty.
Oh, hold on. You give it a 6, dude. You don't know the underground, man.
All right. Look, okay, here's my thing about it. I really love the first note. I think that was like one of the greatest intros for like any Napalm Death song ever. The second note, it was pretty good. It was pretty good, yeah. Yeah. The thing is, for me, the third note, that's when I think the song is just too long. It's like they could have cut the third note entirely and it would have still been fine, but they had to go further than they should have.
They dragged the song.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like it would have been a 10 otherwise, right? If it weren't for that third note, I think that's all it was missing.
Well, I mean, the thing you got to realize is that was just the pushing point. That was something that they teased. Like, go ahead and try it. Play 2 notes and see if you can beat our record. That's what it is. That's the fringe. That's the reality of it. You know.
Wouldn't they have been able to make that record even tighter if they just got rid of that unnecessary third note?
I don't think it's unnecessary. I think it adds to it. I think that honestly, yeah, it really wouldn't have been. Because like, da, you know, that little thing that makes the dissonance. It's not quite just like, you can actually kind of tell what scale it's in.
All right, well, me and Scott don't see eye to eye on this. He's much.
I give it a 10.
All right, he gives it a 10.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Scotty McRib out.
X out.